All right, you guys. Hope that you guys are doing great today. And for this moment, I want to have a message about building generational wealth. I want to talk to you guys about building wealth that goes beyond your family, your children, your grandchildren, maybe something that goes for many, many generations to come. And this conversation normally goes the way like this, when I have meetings with my clients and prospective clients when we talk about these topics. And I want to be able to explore a little bit deeper into this concept, breaking it into two angles. So, let's say that for most people out there, when they think about building wealth, normally come with this idea that man, I want to build a business. I want to be the person that has a business. I want to be that person that I want to do something from scratch, and I want to work super hard for that. And if something goes well, everything goes smooth. Now you can pass that business to your children. You can pass that business to your children, hoping that your children will grow that business. Or maybe you want to become a real estate investor, where you have properties and you have now multiple properties, and you learn how to manage those properties and you grow your portfolio. Or maybe you are another person that you want to invest into the stock market. You want to invest money into companies, and you want to become profitable that way. And I tell you, those three ways are really well. Actually, those are good strategies, and you should be thinking about that in the future. I believe that's the way to go. Becoming a person that creates assets. Now there is another vehicle, another tool that it's out there, and it's also really powerful to build wealth, to build generational wealth. And most wealthy families, they know this one really well, and by the way, they use it. And also some families that you don't know, average individuals that they already have the information, the education. And today, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about life insurance. Yes, you heard it right. Life insurance. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about life insurance from a generational wealth building point of view. Because if you understand this, man, you're going to set yourself to do great things. So today I'm going to be breaking this topic of life insurance into two angles. I'm going to break it into two angles. Angle number one is what I call, the basic reason why most families, even the very average families out there, they should be having life insurance. For example, angle number one is that you need life insurance to protect you and your family when something happens to you. You say, I didn't say if something happens to you, I said when something happens to you. Because this is not an if question that you one day will not be with us here on this earth. It's a when. And we don't know when that is going to happen. So, level one or angle number one is that you need protection, life insurance to protect you and your family. And I'm going to give you this angle to explain this a little bit better. Let's say that you're right now live in Edmonton. Let's say I live in Edmonton, you live in Calgary, and then you want to go to Banff. You want to go to Banff, to the mountains, to ski there, and you have to go right now in this weather, in winter, icy roads, and you got to go with your family. You want to go with your family to have a good time, to have a weekend off. You're going with your family to Banff in icy, snowy conditions. My question to you, if you're the one driving, what are the things that you would do to make sure that this trip goes safe and everyone goes to Banff and come back home safely? What are the things that you would do? I believe that you will say to me, Rami, I want to make sure that my car is mechanically good, in a good position, that, everything goes well, that I have winter tires, that I have the heater working properly, that I have enough gas in my tank. And also maybe the wife with the kids will say, I want to make sure that we have snacks in the car, just in case for the kids. We want to make sure that we have jackets, or we want to have maybe blankets or sheets. And the question is, why would you do that? You're going to Banff, right? You're going to Banff. Let's say that you live in Calgary and you want to go to Banff. Why would you do that? Well, obviously, you want to do that because the idea it's for you to go to Banff, but you know that something could happen along the way while you go to Banff. And that's why you prepare ahead to minimize the risk of going off the roads, going into the ditch, and then interrupting that trip to Banff. Or in the worst case, something happens, more than just going into the ditch. And that's a angle that I want to give you, because also, being in a good financial situation, it's the same idea. For example, let's say that you live in Calgary. Calgary, it's your current situation right now, financially speaking. Calgary right now, it's your current situation where you are. And Banff is where you want to be in the future, financially speaking. That you want to be financially independent, that you want to be okay, that money is not an issue in the future, that you want to be able to retire. And that's Banff to you. Banff for you is my financial independence. And that journey from Calgary to Banff, it's the journey of life right now, especially if you have kids and a wife and family, or maybe if you have a husband on the other side, right? And you have now this journey going from Calgary to Banff, which is right now where you are right now, maybe with a young family, to where you want to be in the future, retired, worrying about money. The question is, if in the road to your financial destination, something happens to you, what do you think that could happen to your family, financially speaking? Would you feel comfortable in the situation that you will leave your family? If you have, maybe $1 million in your bank account that you can just pull off today, maybe that wouldn't be a problem. But if you didn't have that money, I would say that you need insurance. Definitely, you need insurance. You need to be protected. That's when most families, they need insurance when they don't have the money. They right now don't have enough money, but they have a lot of responsibilities. They have the responsibility to provide for their family, to provide you the shelter, food, transportation, medicine, education, you name it. We are responsible to take care of our family in all regards. Financially is one of them. So if something happens to you right now when you don't have too much money, but you have all the responsibility, what could happen to your family? So that's why I say that's why you need life insurance. That's why you need to be protected. It's kind of a, for the angle number one, maybe that doesn't apply to angle number two, but for the angle number one, the basic form of insurance is just to protect your family. It's that when you don't have money, that's when you need more insurance. And when you have a lot of money, maybe you might not need that much of insurance. I said it. That's for angle number one, because angle number two, I want to give you a different perspective. If you're just thinking just about to protect yourself and your family, if you have enough money, a lot of money, maybe $1 million in the bank right now that you can access right now, maybe you don't need insurance. But if you don't have the money, go get insurance, okay? So that's angle one, protecting your family. Now let's go into angle number two. Insurance is not just about protecting your family, your loved ones. I don't know if you know this, but insurance is a way that you could build great wealth for your generation, for your children's generation, for your grandkids and your great-grandkids, and so forth. That's one way that you can definitely break the cycle. I'm going to give you an example. I don't know if you know this family. Maybe you have heard about this last name, Rockefeller. Right? The Rockefellers is a dynasty, one of the oldest, richest dynasty in the world right now. I think they're going by the 6th generation or the 7th. I'm not sure, but I think it's the 6th. And now this is one of the families that they have kept their wealth for so many years, so many generations. And you know what vehicles they use to fund that wealth, to fund that fortune that they have? Life insurance. Yes, you heard it. Life insurance. They use life insurance to fund their fortune. Every family member of this dynasty, they have a policy. They have life insurance. And now in their case, they have a family trust, a trust that is the beneficiary of all those proceeds from life insurance. So when one of the family members of that dynasty passes away, now that life insurance that this person had goes into the family trust and now distributes the wealth again to everybody. That's a cycle that continues like that. And now this generation of these family members, now they have money to buy businesses. Remember what I said to you, that most people, when they think about generational wealth, they think about businesses. These families, they buy businesses now. They start businesses. They also buy real estate properties, lots of it, and also they invest into the real estate market. I mean, the stock market. Sorry, they invest into the stock market. So now they have the funds to do that. But not only them, many other individuals, they're doing that. For example, great celebrities, people that you know today, they use life insurance as a way to preserve their wealth and also to pass on a lot of money. I tell you something, tax-free. Yes, you heard it, tax-free. Life insurance money is tax-free for the next generation. So imagine that you could leave a fortune. I will leave it for another video, maybe explaining to you the difference between insurances, what kind of insurance that are available out there, and maybe the one that makes sense for you. But for right now, I'll tell you that they have this type of policies. For example, this individual, the former NBA star Magic Johnson, he uses life insurance to do that. Shaquille O'Neal also, LeBron James, they use that. Oprah Winfrey, they use that. So many people that you know of today, they use life insurance as a way to build their wealth and protect it. But also, maybe you heard this story. Even life insurance, how life insurance, can help you to build business. For example, Walt Disney. I don't know if you know this, but Walt Disney, when he was with his project of building this park, he went into different banks and he got rejected. He could not get the money. But you know what he had? He had a life insurance policy that had a cash value component into it, where he could borrow against it. And that's what he did. He borrowed against his policy, and that's the money that he got to start his project. The project that we know of today, okay? Disney World. So, man, I tell you, this is something super important that you should be thinking about that. For example, I'll tell you one thing. There's a community here that I respect, and I would say, I admire for that. I'm gonna be referring to the East Indian community. This is a huge community right now. I think it's the fastest growing community in Canada right now. And you know what they do? They buy life insurance. For example, their kids, they have their parents. They bring their parents from India to Canada, and now they have their parents here, and maybe 2 to 3 kids of those old parents, I would say, seniors. Now they buy a policy for their parents. That's what they do. They buy a policy for their parents, and some of them, they fund that policy, and when that parent passes away, it's like this man or woman that passed away gave them an inheritance, a fortune, and now they use that money to fund businesses, to start buying properties. And for example, I see now here a lot of them that they go buy a property, maybe they buy a land, they take the house there, they demolish the house, and they build a new one, and they sell that house. So that's how way that they use life insurance as a investment vehicle, where they now have the money to continue their business ventures. So I tell you something, you should be using life insurance, whether you want to protect your family or whether you want to build true generational wealth. There's many ways, right? I told you, businesses and things like that. I tell you, not many people are cut off to be business owners. Not many people, they have the guts that it takes to become a business person and have money. Not many people have the intelligence, or maybe smart enough to become a real estate investor, or maybe knowing about the market. But I will tell something to you. Every person that could qualify for a life insurance policy can do it, and you don't have to be a business person. You can qualify for life insurance. If you do, you should be getting one. So I would say that life insurance is one of the easiest ways for you to build generational wealth. But also, let me say one thing quickly here. I'm gonna give you 2 points. You should be thinking about teaching that to your kids, because if you want to be able to pass on to this tradition, you should be teaching your kids. So making sure that your kids, they know about finances, they know the strategies, and you actually let them know that what you're doing right now is something that is going to benefit them. So they should do that for the children. And you should be passing this information on and on and on and on. That's the way that you got to do it. But also, let me say something to some of you guys that you will say, man, my parents didn't do that to me, so why should I do it to others? Man, the reason why you should do it to your kids is because you want to equip them for the future. You want to equip them financially for the future, not spoil them, but equip them to do something big. And that's why you got to teach them right now values, okay? You don't want to rob your children from the opportunity to do something big, to have funds to do businesses and things like that. So you want to do that. Okay? So having said that, guys, I encourage you to share this information to any person that you know that could benefit from this. And also, if you have gotten value out of this video, I encourage you, go follow me, follow, subscribe on this channel. Also go follow me on my Instagram, Rami _ La Cruz _ So I think I'm gonna put this information down here for you guys to follow it. But if you have gotten value out of this video, I encourage you to subscribe and share that with other people. And if you have questions and you want to talk to me about insurance, and also you want to learn more about how insurance they work and the different types of insurance available out there, I definitely can help you with that. So let's have that conversation. Reach out to me on the DMs. And other than that, guys, you have a great time. Looking forward to have you watching the next videos that I pop. Having said that, guys, you take care. Bye-bye.